I've been very actively involved in getting a new web and mobile startup off the ground. It's as yet undisclosed. We're going to be launching it in August.
Oh,
It
cool.
is, in essence, it's a mobile friends network where you can ask your friends for feedback. And I'll kind of, leave it at that. But it's in keeping with the sort of Q&A and mobile theme that's flying around. But it definitely has a female focus, or I think the inspiration behind it um, has a strong female thrust. The monetization model is a lead generation and kind of what I call a social CRM for long tail local businesses. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also
I've been doing so not terribly aggressively, I'd say, because what we did was we were really trying to follow the ultralight model. I decided to go after this particular opportunity because I'd gotten to know it based on a different business that I was working on. So I felt like I was walking in really understanding what the market opportunity was, and if I were to reverse engineer a really kind of killer social mobile solution for it, what would it be? And I I it was clear to me based on where the market was at that moment in time that no one was funding concepts. Certainly not for I'm an experienced business executive, and I've done a ton of innovation. I've done startups, but a long time ago, so I'm not really on the map um, in on kind of the regular startup scene. So it didn't seem to me like the regular kind of institutional, folks were going to take a bet on me, and so um, I felt it was really imperative to me to define a minimum viable product, get it out into the market, and let the marketplace, do its talking. So that's what I set out to do, and I ring fenced a little bit of my own money. I don't have a lot, but I, created a budget, and I just started talking to a whole lot of developers. I talked to 20 different developers. I looked into possible partnerships, agency models, outsourcing, the full gamut, and made a decision on what seemed at that point in time to be the best way to go forward, which now quite a bit further down, I think it was the right decision for us. I've since brought in a partner, but in the last, I'd say, few weeks, I went out seeking some seed funding to just put some gas in the tank. There's a lot I find that, so today's my 40th birthday. Okay. So been
happy
around the block.
birthday.
And
Happy
so it's my
birthday.
partner. And one thing I find is that with very little money, there's actually a humongous amount that we can get done because we've got great networks,
Right.
but it takes time. And when you're calling on favors, you can't put a deadline to it. So
Yes.
the way I saw it was whatever money we can get in the door is going to put gas in the tank and give us velocity to
Yes.
get our product to market. So we're pretty close at this point. The web platform is pretty much done. We're almost done with our first mobile application, and that's how we're going to hit the market. Um, but it's been interesting. I find that people that know me, former bosses, et cetera, are like super excited. They're like, sure,
Yes.
you've made us lots of money in the past. We'll
Yes.
we'll back you up. They're not part of the standard scene, so I've been trying to be really kind of selective about who we would talk to, just in the spirit of kind of pre-qualifying conversations. Like if it doesn't seem to be up someone's alley, then um, they're only 24 hours in a day, and I'm still trying to get this company off the ground. So trying
Yes.
to select these conversations carefully. A previous comment in which I expressed a little bit of frustration in a particular moment, and Fred asked me, Teresa, what's stressing you out about your startup right now? And I went on a bit of a rant,
Mm.
and it was during that I I I was feeling frustrated that it's taken a long time for me to get from concept to market, and I've been watching the Y Combinator from afar for a long time, and they're just so they so drive kind of the agenda of tech, and they've really redefined the market. I mean, you know, the ultralight startup where you push something out to market really, really fast and let the marketplace talk and see what happens. They were, as I understand, you know, created for a pretty special, you know, case, which tends to be very, very deep technical people, tend to be pretty young, and they come in. They are sort of full time or very active in the program on site for 3 months, and they end that with a demo day, and it's really the best people in the business are revolving around it. It gets a ton of attention when some people are affiliated with the Y Combinator. There's a real wow about it. So in fact, a while ago, I thought, oh, well, you know, I'm a swing for the fences kind of person. Let me look at it and see if I might apply for Y Combinator. Now, I'll say from the start, I'm not a coder. I'm not technical. I have a ton of experience on the business building and innovation side, but I'm not technical. So when I looked into it, it said, well, you need to commit to relocating to San Francisco or to Silicon Valley for 3 months. And I went, oh, well, you know, I have, at the time it was a 2.5-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I live in New York, or in the suburbs of New York, and there's absolutely no way I could relocate for 3 months. You know, it's just, you know, completely impossible. So I, you know, I said, okay, well, too bad. I guess that, you know, this program isn't for me. And yet, you know, I yearn for that wow factor, and it just seems to me like that's a structural issue. And at the same time, there are a lot more people like me that have some ideas that could be brought to market that are not being served in the market right now, and they would be. It would be very beneficial to help them define what that minimum viable product could be. You know, help them wireframe it and build something and get it out. So, my thought about, you know, what I coined the XX Combinator, which may be the right name, it may not be the right name, is would take the best of the Y Combinator, would have that wow factor, would have the best people revolving around it, and would you know, address some structural realities that are related to people who are not males in their early 20s.